What's good, guys? It's doesnt 4K, and you know what time it is. It's Raspberry Pi 4 upgrade time for the Microcenter arcade cabinet. But you know we didn't stop there. I was informed that the Raspberry Pi 4 in the 8GB model, specifically the one that I bought, runs rather hot. So I bought a really over-the-top cooler because why the hell not at this point, for as over-top as we're going with this. I've had this for a month and a half, and look at all I've done to it. It's ridiculous. Anyway, this is the Raspberry Pi Ice Tower cooler from s2pi.com. It was $15, which is actually pretty damn affordable for all the cooling power you get out of this. And if you want to watch this video and see how it's installed, make sure you stay tuned. If you bought this yourself, make sure you stay tuned to watch how to install it, as it's rather straightforward. And if you're debating buying it, find out if I really recommend it at the end of the video. Like and subscribe to the channel.
Alright, so here we have the upgrades to the unit. Let's take a look at the fairly obvious one first. The Raspberry Pi 4B 8GB module. I went all out for this and made it so that way I got the best unit they have. They actually sell this in 1GB, 2GB, 4GB, and 8GB models. The last one, the Raspberry Pi 3 that I have, only came in 1GB RAM. And this thing is supposedly a whole other monster. It has USB 3.0, which is something entirely new that mine doesn't have. HDMI micro, absolutely wild, USB-C. All of this is stuff that I do not have on mine, but it's the same size as it. And this is actually the cooler I bought to keep this thing cool. Oops, because this actually generates a lot of heat to my understanding. And it would be best to have a cooler on there that was beyond your simple out-of-box design. So I went for something known as the new Ice Tower cooler that works actually on my old Raspberry Pi as well. So let's take a look at this thing. Let's open it up and see what it comes with. Oh, we have the nice static electricity doing its thing, pulling that up. New Ice Tower cooler. This is the instruction manual, which seems very, very straightforward. We have a fan. Looks like there's two fans for this in some capacity. Otherwise, I have a different colored fan that comes in there. This is the bracket that mounts everything on top. This is, of course, the hardware and the thermal pads that I want to use to mount all this stuff to the Raspberry Pi. And then from there, we have this, which is actually the coolest part of the whole affair. It is, of course, the cooler unit, which has a fan on it already. I wonder what the second fan is for. And last but not least, the base plate. So that way this goes on here like that. And this goes on there in some capacity. And we're going to get this install video going, because this is actually pretty cool, because the best part about it is, included in this kit is a screwdriver. That's right, they gave you a cool-ass screwdriver to assemble it all with. Very, very cool. Again, guys, let's take a look at this install. Okay, let's get started on building this. First things first, let's make sure we get the brackets that need to go on in the right spot. This looks like it would make sense going like this. Let's take a look. So that mounts up to that. That means the other one mounts up this way. Nice, nice. Or maybe it goes this way. Yes, there we go. Goes like that. That's how we want to see the brackets go right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the brackets like they are, and then we're going to take our cooler over here and we're going to mount the brackets underneath like so, because there's a hole under here and that has to get lined up, as you can see. Gets lined up like that. Now let's pull out the screwdriver, which is magnetized. And we can slide it on in. Ooh, this might take a little bit if you got big hands like me. You know what they say about guys with big hands? They struggle at projects like this terribly, actually. So far it's all true, ladies and gentlemen. So far it's all true. Without a doubt. Alright, let's get the other bracket on. Now we have the cooler brackets assembled. What we want to do is further make life difficult by taking these right here, these studs. You want to put them through the hole like that, and then after you're done with that, put them down like that. Grab yourself a nut, the mini nut that comes with the kit. You want to twist it on the top. don't want to try to do this while you're holding it up in the air. It'll just get frustrating. There you go. That's one. So I start with that side, tighten it, you know, hold it down, tighten it from the bottom.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now it should mount. You want to take your thermal tape, which came with the kit. Take your thermal tape, peel both sides of the adhesive off. There's an adhesive on this. You can see it reflecting in the light. Put it onto the CPU of that. Next up, you want to take this, mount it, make sure it mounts up with all your holes. Oh, wait, nope. Take this back, put that like that, make sure everything mounts up and lines with the holes, which it does, which is fantastic. What you want to do is, you want to take this stud right here, lead it on up through the bottom right here, and screw it on in. Don't make it too tight. You want to line up the other ones too. Maybe work on it upside down. Might not hurt. Take another one.
What's good, guys? It's Ilson 4K, and I hope you're enjoying this fast motion arcade music retro thing. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/Ilson4K, where you can find me streaming Thursday and Friday nights, as always. Thanks so much.
Make sure all of these are screwed in nice and tight. Like I said, you're going to feel some of them become loose after you do this. That's what I've noticed on all these. The whole reason why these have got to stay tight is you want it to be so that way this cooling device right here is doing exactly what it's supposed to. And that's making the best possible contact that it can to cool the apparatus. And that's what it looks like it's done. Again, hold down the nut at the top, twist. Hold down the nut at the top, twist. Hold down the nut at the top, twist again, and boom. That's how you install the bracket. Then from there, we're not done. We're not done. Take this, match these holes up over this, turn this upside down again. Take and I didn't even really need the directions too much for that. Last but not least, you got to hook up the wires. The wires go as follows. Let's take a look at this. All right, so I want to put the red. I want to put the red one. And this is what, like this? Okay, red one goes all the way to the right. Red one goes all the way to the right. Let's turn this around so that way everyone can see. All the way to the right. That kind of is stretching it. Okay, that's a little uncomfortable. Red one goes all the way to the right. Black one goes one over from that. Okay. Is that up top or at the bottom? Yeah, that's up top. Okay. The black one goes one over from that. Is that what it said? It goes one over. So it looks like this with the black one. Interesting. And last but not least, the blue one goes right next to it. Okay, fair enough. I'll take it. Okay, so I think that's really the right way. Wow. Alright, we got this all hooked up like we did before. Micro HDMI. Let's fire this bad boy on up. RGB. Oh yeah, look at it spin. Look at it go. Wow. That's pretty damn cool. Does it change colors? Oh wow, it does. Cool. So we're booting up over here. RetroPie. This is looking pretty good. Alright, so let's see if any of this works real quick. Shall we? Check out a main game. Yeah, this all seems to work. I'm sure everyone's do work. I gotta do some upgrades, but... let's see what do we got, what do we got, what do we got, what do we got? Burger time. Let's make sure this all works. This is a 4K capable Raspberry Pi. The first one ever. So cool. So damn cool. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh, I gotta change the resolution. Holy crap. Alright, so that's how that works.
So, all in all, I gotta say, I'm really excited for this upgrade. I feel it was totally worth it. Again, this is a whole other animal compared to the Raspberry Pi 3. You get your 4 gigabytes of RAM, your 8 gigabytes of RAM, a whole bunch of RAM to run a whole bunch of new stuff. I can't wait to run some Dreamcast games on this, play some Power Stone with the good old-fashioned arcade stick. If you're thinking about doing this to your cabinet, I really suggest it because as emulation becomes better, so does the hardware and what you can do in putting into a cabinet. Of course, if you really want to, you can just put a PC in here and just run whatever the hell you want. But the idea of a Raspberry Pi 4 cabinet is the king of the hill right now, and the way to go if you want to be flashy about it, so I totally recommend it. Thanks again for watching this video. As always, I appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on twitch.tv/ilsun4k as well, where you can catch me streaming in high def. I actually use this as the streaming monitor, and of course play on the 3090 PC, and we have a bash while we're doing it. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Thanks again. It's ilsun4k.